I say your mouth speaks excellent and princessy things, and the opening of your lips is for right things, and your mouth loves to speak truth and not wrong. He acted like he would tickle me again, but I ran behind a tree. Hey, I know, he said, and pointed to one of our fountains. Your mouth is a fountain of life, like it says in Proverbs. I bet you can tell that my brother really likes to quote the Bible. He does that all the time. He knows so much because he studied it for years. Thank goodness he makes it really interesting, even more than my Sunday school teacher does. I don't think I'll ever know as much as him, though. I never thought of that, I said. Then all of a sudden, I remembered being rude to a girl with wrong words and making her cry, like I maybe gave her sticky sweet gum balls that hurt her feet when she stepped on them or something instead of good fruit. But then I imagined going to her and giving her a big juicy pineapple word, or words. Only it wouldn't come from a tree, of course. Well, maybe from the tree of life, but anyway, you know what I mean. You mean like when I tell somebody they can win the game or have a neat smile or did a good job or feel better or something like that, or I want them to feel better, I said. Exactly, he said. I smiled up at him. Like you do, huh? You bet, Princess. I put my words to work to help people, he said. My brother is totally cool. He can make things happen that you won't believe. He uses his words to help people. But it's not magic or anything. It's real power. There's power in words, and I'm learning about that. It's totally cool, too. And he always does good with it. And he's telling me there's experiments with people speaking good words to water or bad words to water, or playing good music around water and bad music around water. And the good words and the good music make the water beautiful. Like when they put it under a microscope and you can see the little water crystals and stuff. But when they play bad rock music or speak bad, harsh, ugly words, poison words, the water looks all messy and murky and ugly. It's just wild. I've got to ask him more questions about that. And no, his power is real. Words are power. He uses his words as power. So it's not magic. I hate magic, and so does he. One day I asked him what he thought about magic. He said, magic puts people in the dark and makes them dumb. God slams it a lot in the Bible because it hurts people, he said. It's easy to understand why magic fascinates people because it's a spiritual thing, and we are spirits, he said. We're made to work with and worship the omniscient God. Omni what? I said. Omniscient, he said, more slowly. It means all-powerful. God is the only one with total power. But there is something even more powerful. I was shocked. How can something be more powerful than God? I said. God has chosen to give people a free will, he said. They are free to choose whether to follow him or not. Free to decide whether to believe what the blood shed on the cross did for them and go to heaven, or free to reject the greatest gift of all and go to hell. Hell is separation from God and from all good forever. But God will never make anyone choose him. They have a free will. Wow, was all I could say. I thought God was in control of everything. No, Princess, he said. If God was in total control, people would all be saved and healthy and happy and peaceful and successful and get along and love everybody. There would be no fights. There would be no bad things at all. But that's part of why heaven is heaven, because everything is good there, and God is in control of everything in heaven. God is all good, and that's what heaven is, all good. Anyway, people on earth have had the freedom and power to choose to make decisions, and it started with Adam and Eve, who made the wrong choice. I would have done better, I said. You don't know that, Princess, he said, sounding a bit stern. Don't judge others, for you don't know what you would have done in their place. But you can make the right choices for your own life, and that will help others who know you be more likely to choose God. Wow, my brother knows a lot. And truly, that's the kind of king we need. one who loves and studies his Bible and does what it says. I think he should run for president. But he's already in government. Kings just automatically are, you know. And he says he has oodles, well, oodles is my word, of experience. And it's not nearly as hard as most people try to make it. He says if they just love God and go by the book and make laws from it, like the really good kings did, instead of acting like the Pharisees and the Sadducees in the Bible who made all these silly laws that kept people from even pulling a pea out of their pocket and stuff and all that stuff he's telling me about that I don't remember all the details about. Well, anyway, things would be much better. My brother is very wise. And he says everyone in his homeland goes by the Bible and it just makes everything really easy. Everyone gets along, eats good food, never gets sick, never gets mad, has a lot of neat stuff, stays happy, has nice big houses and cool work to do, and it just sounds like the coolest place to live. I asked him one day, I said, why don't we do that here? Especially the get along part. And my brother looked serious again and said the devil was the trouble, but that when the time was right, God would stop the devil so he'd never bother anyone again. Why can't God do that now? I asked. Princess, there is a proper time for everyone, and a proper time for all things, he said. God is waiting for every single person to have the chance to hear the truth about the word and to receive the word. But we need more helpers to tell all the people in the world. But we need more helpers to tell all the people in the world that the end is near and they can have a wonderful life in riches and joy and peace now and in heaven. So you're one of my helpers to do that, right, Princess? You know it, I told him. My brother loves people and he hates to see them in a mess. And he hates to see them make fun of God. They just don't understand, he says. And he shakes his head. They just don't understand that God is the answer to their problems. If they just read their Bible and pray, talk to him, he would help them. My brother especially hates it when kids get hurt too. He's really into kids. One time he asked me, Princess, wouldn't it be fun to have every kid on the planet in our family? I thought about it. Whoa, we'd have to have oodles of bedrooms and like a bajillion bathrooms or something, especially for us girls, I said. He laughed, but I was serious. Sing for me, Princess, he says a lot. Sing, sing, sing. You know Father God talks about singing his praise over 150 times, so he must mean it. Okay, big brother, what do you want me to sing today? I asked him. Now, I don't really like my voice, but it makes him happy, so I make up songs about God for him, and he loves it. And sometimes he sings with me, and when he does, I feel like I'm floating or something. It's so cool. Sometimes I see pictures in my mind, and he says those are dreams from God while I'm singing. Wow.